election when them do. We still dey wait for the change. All the promise when they make, they don't let me like say that fake. Where the money, where the food. Everybody money food. Since you know the tears and pain, we're not tired to complain. I see the part where you be good. You don't say Nigeria into two. 97% and 5%. You know we talk like president. You Nigeria with sentiment. I take your office to revenge. We dey beg you, Nigeria no go happen for your head. Yes, sir. After the election, where them do, we still dey wait to see the change. Cause all the promise when they make, they don't be like say I fake you. About the money, where the food. Nigeria people want it food.
Alexa, turn it down to 0. Yeah, thank you. That's Alexa there. Maiyegun live. And if you are just joining me, I would say, please share the broadcast. My friends are also watching on YouTube live as well. So let me see what the caption says. So yeah, who among you can die for Nigeria you claim to love so much? How many of you are ready to die for that same Nigeria you claim to love? I'm asking this question because this morning is going to be really warm. It's going to be hot. And I'm going to start with it's called the frequently asked questions. Facts. When Biafran says they want Biafra, we have seen the Nigeria lovers ask them to go, to come home and die and be ready to die. Meanwhile, well, maybe Biafrans are not a good example I should use because they are ready to die, right? Nigeria has been killing them. Many of you have been watching from far. But let me talk about those who are asking that Nigeria should be fixed or Nigeria should break up. The reason is simply because Nigeria is killing you and it will continue to kill you. It will continue to kill you in different ways. Not just killing you physically. Many of you are dead. You are walking corpses due to the calamity, the atrocities of your political leaders. So the question then is, anyone who wants to change Nigeria must be ready to die. So they said that I've seen some idiots who have actually believed in that you need to die to change Nigeria so that those fools can live, I believe. But yeah, let's get on with it this morning. We want to know how many of you want to die for Nigeria first. Because when you are living when you're living under a system that keep you so limited, that make you so redundant and fearful in your own country, and you look back, you say, whoever want to change it for you, not you don't have a role to play to change it. You are okay with your situation and you can live with it, but there are others that are not, and those are the people this message will be for this morning. What would be your main reason? You think, yeah, I say, what would be your main reason you think, being part of Nigeria as a Yoruba is good for you? So again, this morning, I am going to speak directly to all of you who are Yorubas, like myself, from all over the world. And for my viewers, my listeners who can't or who don't understand Yorubas, you will be fine. But there are some keywords. There are some words I'm going to say. I would prefer to say them in Yoruba because those I am directing the message to. I want to get them angry. I want to get them mad. I want them to start feeling so enraged about their gullibility and their stupidity, their foolishness and their own complicity too, because they are enablers. This is not for all Yorubas. I am a Yoruba man, and I know that there are responsible, reliable, credible Yorubas who have integrity enough to say, I count on this person. Oh, I know this person is reliable. I am one of them, and we are many. You see all those miscreants who are feeding fat in the project Nigeria, they will come to sober. They will be humbled when the time is right. That is why I am going to direct my message directly to them. So we have names for them in Yoruba land. There is a common name we give to the Yoruba political betrayers already. And I'll tell you instances. Then I will prove to you this morning, to you, the genuine Yorubas. I'm talking about the genuine Omo Yorubas, the Omoluabis. Those of you who will never celebrate criminality. Those of you who will not hide your face when you see wrong things going on. Those of you who will not be politically correct when you have to say the truth the way it is. I have message for you too. But let us deal with those who have sold us out simply because of what they want to eat, simply because of what they are eating, and simply because of their continuous selfish and greedy, lust for all these life material things, cars, houses, to the detriment of the real Yorubas who are living in Yoruba land. And when I say Yorubas, let us start from the part that currently make up the Yoruba people, at least for now. We have Ogun State, we have Lagos State, we have Oyo State, we have Ondo State, we have Ekiti State, we have Osun State, we have part of Kwara State, we have part of Kogi State. These were supposed to be where Yorubas are living, where Yoruba intelligentsias reside, where they should see as their own primary country, but they are not seeing it that way. Right from those who call themselves the academias, those who call themselves the intelligentsias, the mumulmadus, the belle lecturers, the hungry, the hungry professors, the PhD, the Jankara PhD holder. You know, when you see them, they'll say, is your PhD from Dubai? Most of Yoruba professors, their PhD are from God, because they can prove it. That is the society they created. That is the community they created. That is the country they created. And they continue to pop up thugs, criminals, to lead Yoruba land, while those who claim to be intelligent Yorubas, exposed Yorubas, well-traveled Yorubas, stay away from from the running of the affairs of their people. They stayed away. They now left that for thugs, criminals, manipulators, certificate forgers, looters, who are now today the role models to the generation of Yorubas. And that is why I have to pick it up from there. Yoruba in Project Nigeria. I, as a person, I love it when it is smaller, because I think you can manage it better when it is smaller, especially if you have proved that you cannot manage any bigger thing ever. These guys can manage anything. You are a Yoruba man. You are a Yoruba woman. Let's say you are living in America, or you are living in Canada. Maybe you are actually living not even far away. You are just living next door, Benin Republic. Every time you travel back to Yoruba land, the same land led by these names as they come to my head. We have Tifnumbu from Lagos and his own gang of armed robbers. who are breeding touts, breeding thugs, breeding cultists, sharing violence, spreading fear. That is their trade in Lagos. And they have done so successfully in other parts of Yoruba land. Today, the influence of thuggery in Lagos State, the influence of touting in Lagos State, the influence of armed robbery in Lagos State has spread political banditry, political violence, political killings, political intimidation, election rigging, election buying, vote buying, result manipulation, changing of, buying the judges, buying court judgment and all of that. That started in Lagos with Justice Salami. Later spread to the rest of Yoruba land. MC Oluomo, the chief thug of Nigeria, the most influential political thug, a political criminal, a killer, is well respected than most of you idiots, most of you morons, the Abobakus of Lagos. MC Oluomo, who didn't spend any day in any classroom in his life, is more influential, better, in fact, more valuable to Lagos State than you miscreants, crumbs chasers, ass lickers, Facebook miscreants, who are praising them. You spend days, you spend years in university. You spent years through different educational programs, and you graduated with the expectation that you were going to make your society better. But rather than all of you to look into the wrong things that kept you perpetually limited, you decided to join them, because without the crumbs, you are finished. And if you have allowed that to happen, maybe that would have prompted you to channel your wasted energy and wasted education that you are using to defend politicians everywhere you jump here and there. Maybe that could have changed everything. I mean, if you didn't choose to go and become PA to killers, if you didn't choose to go and become SA, spokesman, spoke this to criminals, simply because they are your political leaders. I have not started this program. I'm just warming up right now. This is going to take us like an hour and a half. And it's going to go on and on and on and on and on. We will knock it into their heads. They don't have to listen. We are just here to frustrate them. That no matter how much they try to pretend that all is well, we will always show them that you are just stupid and you are a fraud. My name is Maiyegun, the same guy that means so many things to so many people. I will not see it and keep quiet, simply because I am not a bastard. I am not a criminal. I am not an enabler. I am not an attention seeker. I am not a clout chaser. I am your conscience. I am the one that will tell you that it's true. Tinubu is stealing our money. We know that Tinubu is stealing the money, but at least he's giving. Some people are making money. Some people are eating. That conscience telling you that you are directly supporting a thief, no matter what you describe him as, no matter how generous a thief is a thief. So that's who Maiyegun is. Maiyegun will say it to you the way it is. You can go to hell and hang yourself. You can knock your head on any gate. You can feel jealous the way you want. By the time you run out of battery, by the time the NEPA take light, or maybe if you run out of money to buy fuel, to charge your Shinko phone, and then maybe if MTN, what do you call them? MTN, Nigertel, whatever you call them there, maybe if they manage to let you have enough smoother network, then you can come back here to defend those who put you in that sorry situation. I may appear to you as your enemy. This guy is what he wanted Nigeria to break. Yes, I want Nigeria to break so that someone like you can understand that there is actually life that is better than slavery. Do you get that? I am not there. I don't live in the concentration camp, your open concentration camp. I'm going to show you something today. You Yoruba sons and daughters, what you can actually push. You see those current Yoruba leaders, you have to detach yourself from them. Any emotional attachment you have for them, you have to begin to withdraw them. If you indeed want to do a republic. And that's why I said, I am being careful. I know all these rogues. 90% of those who are shouting Oduduwa Republic on Facebook right now, they are Tinubu puppets. Many of them opened so many fake accounts, fake pages to promote Oduduwa Republic just for one reason, just to criticize and counter Biafrans. By the time you get to 2022, many of them will tell you to go and vote for Tinubu. How can you say you are fighting for Oduduwa Republic and Tinubu is your leader? Tinubu is supporting Buhari. Buhari wants one Nigeria. Tinubu wants one Nigeria. Tinubu wants to be president of Nigeria. Or better still, he is enjoying the proceed of the project Nigeria. You idiots, they will use Oduduwa Republic to bring you together. Spread the hate. Tell you how Igbos hate Yoruba. How Yoruba must be very careful of Igbos. On and on and on and on. By 2022, they will tell you to go and vote for Tinubu. Then you will recycle them again. In another 4 years, we will come back here. You will begin to speak grammar again. You will begin to act stupid again. You will begin to act foolish again. And you will think you are still right again. Same way you thought you were right when you were campaigning for a lifeless, illiterate Buhari, a dictator, a killer, a coup plotter, to be your president. Now, do not be fooled. That's why I said this journey this morning is going to take a while. And it's directed directly to you, the Yoruba morons. I have no apology for you. I am here to make you mad. And if you are not angry, if you are a Tinubu supporter, or you are an APC member, or you are a PDP member, or you are one of those ass lickers, crumb chasers, if you are not angry right now, that means the medicine don't work. I will show you a few things this morning. There is something called independence. If your leaders can't see it, you don't call them leaders. If you want to, if Yoruba should remain part of Nigeria, there must be a clear-cut, explained agreement. So you, as a Yoruba man, you can go out and say, the reason why we are still part of Nigeria is because we are more or less on our own. It's just in the name and all of that. We do our own thing differently. We do our own thing our own way and all of that. That is what should be your pride. Not one ragtag, jaga country that is actually for those criminals who are making money from it. They are becoming richer, building empires, amassing wealth. The entire country is going poorer and poorer until you became the poverty capital of the world. How can you marry that together? How does that make any sense? I'm going to tell you a bit about the Oduduwa Republic this morning. And I'll tell you my own kind of Oduduwa Republic that I want to see. The people I want to discuss with, the people, genuine people, who are really interested, not those fakers. Some of you have been calling me, and I know many of you have been complaining that I don't pick my calls. Most of your calls, with all due respect, they are waste of time. I have been receiving calls, I can't remember, thousands of them, before 2019 election. After 2019 election, when I came back from Nigeria, I made up my mind. Many of you watching me, who are also agreeing with me, many of you, you love that Nigeria. And some of you, you just wanted to be part of the conversation. When the election time comes, nobody will even tell you to switch. You automatically switch. Some of you spoke to me before 2019 election. Only for me, before the election, to see some of you travel to Nigeria, taking pictures with the same criminal politicians. You were posting their pictures on Facebook because you are in Nigeria for 2019 election. Some of you idiots too. You were posting pictures of politicians in Nigeria. You were so happy to meet. You traveled from abroad to Nigeria to go and tell Nigerians living in Nigeria not to vote for the politicians. You met them. You were all 32. I was seeing all of that, and I was like, look at these guys. They are so loud on the phone. When I came back from Nigeria, I stopped having any conversation with anybody. If I want to have any conversation with you, when I open my line on my program, tell everybody what you want to tell me in private. That's why I don't pick your calls. So if you have been calling my WhatsApp 1 million times, you can call it 10 million times. I will not pick it. If you have a message for me, there is a way you say it. Hi, Maiyegun, my name is, I want to discuss this and that with you. Then if I am interested, I will reply your message. There are over 1,000 WhatsApp messages about, hey, I love what you are doing. Oh, the Yoruba Republic this. But we shouldn't show all these Igbos. Our leader, we should not expose our leaders to all these Igbos. As if to say all of us are not there. We are not living in that shito. As if to say we are not all, we are all blind. So you are coming to me inbox. You want to talk to me how I have to be careful of Igbos. I have to be this and that. But you are supporting the Yoruba Republic. But you don't want me to talk about Tinubu. Your madness, it's like coronavirus. It spread faster. Be careful. I will show you a few things. And I will tell you the type of Yoruba Republic I want. Because I know what it takes to get that. Until the people understand it. Until the people want it. They will not reject these criminals. They will not reject these looters. They will not reject these career destiny killers. They turn all of you to, but bros, do give away. Bros, do give away. Bros, anyhow I can get out of this country. Bros, anyhow I can get any visa to get out of Nigeria. Yet, you don't want to address those who made you that way. You are angry with me. I'm coming. I said I'm going to use some Yoruba words because they are very strong. Translating them to English will not get those idiots angry. I want to get them angry this morning. And before I get them angry, I will prove to you today, and I will continue to do so, that no matter how much you try, if you don't kill Nigeria, if you don't destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will kill you. It will destroy you. It is not a cause. It is what you are part of. And as long as you continue to hold on to it, you will continue to die. Okay? Whether you are PDP, APC, PPM, DDD, you are Hausa, you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are Fulani, you are this and that. Listen, if you don't break up Nigeria, you will die. Either they kill you physically, or they kill you economically, or better still, you know how they do them? They kill you medically too. I'm coming. I'll show to you in a moment. Give me a sec. Alexa, turn it up to 6.
Everybody wanted to since you know the tears of pain, we're not tired to complain. I see the part where you've been through. Nothing like you got into do. 97% of 1%.
Alexa, turn it down to 0. Thank you very much for your time. I left Nigeria 8 years ago, and I began reading through why everything that looks so easy here are so hard to come by in Nigeria. And whenever they managed to get them on, they did them in a way that you just have to feel sorry, at ridiculous prices that will never, ever be justified. So I began showing interest. So from that moment, I realized that all political leaders in Nigeria, they are actually like deadly terrorists. They are economic terrorists, economic saboteurs. They are political terrorists. They are even the same Boko Haram terrorists in different disguises. They deliberately, they intentionally kept the people poor. Intentionally. Not that because it is impossible to build a just working society. No, they intentionally. So when I got to UK, I realized that, oh boy, UK. I'm going to England. Now only England, many of us actually know. Some of us think, say, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, they were just local governments in UK, including the money they are showing you in Nigeria. I didn't know that UK is actually 4 countries. 4 countries. England is one where the Queen lives. Scotland is one where Maiyegun live. Northern Ireland is one. Wales is one. 4 countries. And guess what? They were not just 4 countries by mouth. Okay? So I now realize that in 1960, that was the exact arrangement. It was meant to be 3 countries under one, 3 nations under one country, united in a way. But do your thing. May we do our own thing. Oh boy, I felt bad. I felt bad that those who have been to the world before us, those who came to study, those who actually got scholarship from Yoruba land, they went back to Yoruba land. They came to this UK. Some of them went to all other parts of the world. They went back to Yoruba land. And they are supporting that one Nigeria. When they know that with the settings that we have, it will never work. This is my son's safety jar, more or less like a kolo. Okay, so we keep money there for him. Now I'm going to show you the difference in this currency, and you tell me if you have seen that many times in Nigeria, apart from the English pounds. It was when I got to UK that I realized that there is English pounds, there is Scottish pounds, there is Northern Ireland, Irish pound, rather, they call it. Because I remember the last time I went to, I think it was Belfast. Yeah. We had to spend Irish pounds. Now, I'll bring all this out. I am showing you Yorubas. For those who came to this country, who saw how things panned out, they had education 30, 40, 20, 30, years ago. They went back to Nigeria to join in the looting and the underdevelopment of Yoruba land. And those are the people that will tell me, a blooded Ijebu man, a full-blooded Ijebu Yoruba man, that I cannot talk about things that many of them should be talking about right now. That listen, it's a common sense thing. Let's start from currency, which gives you identity. Nigeria Naira was put together by these criminals to punish Biafrans. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. They didn't change Nigerian currency simply because they wanted to give us Nigeria identity. The Arabic word on it, we don't speak Arabic in Nigeria, but they forced it on it anyway. There are so many things they put in that Naira that made you and me misrepresented to the rest of the world. We are misrepresented. I am an Ijebu man. I am a Yoruba man. Are you with me? Now, money will give you identity. This is my son's kolo. Let me put all of them together, and I'll show you one by one. Let me start with the coins. You see this pound, which is a pound coin, is for all of us in the UK. Okay? UK government mints this money for all of us. And this is how much in Nigeria money? 500 naira? That's 1 pound. Now, this is 50 pence. When you see it, you will see the queen, head of the queen on it. This is half a pound. Okay? So let's say this is your 250 naira. 50 pence is for all of us. This is 1 penny. It doesn't really have any much value. You need 100 of this to make 1 pound. It's for all of us. Let me see other money I can see here. This is 50 pence. I mean, sorry, this is 5p, 5 pence. It is also with a queen's head. You can see the queen's head on it. Okay, it is for all of us in the UK. This is two pence as well. All the coins are minted by the Bank of England. Okay, that's it. Bank of England, that's it. When it comes to coins, here in Scotland, Scottish people, we have our own money, and our own money is of the same value with the British money, with the English money that all of you call pound sterling in Nigeria, because that's what you see as pound sterling in Nigeria, right? Money, passport, there are two things that give your identity to the world. If your money is worthless, and your passport is worthless, there is no goodness in you. You will always fight through to justify that you are different. Take that. This is 10 pounds. And this is printed by Bank of, what is this? Bank of Scotland. Okay? This is not British, this is not English money. Scottish people, we have our own money. And our bank prints our own money for us. Are you with me? This is 10 pounds. And maybe this is your 5,000 naira, Abi. This is 5 pounds. It is printed by a bank called Clyde's Bank. Clyde's Bank is in Scotland. Okay? That is 5 pounds sterling. Scottish, inside UK. If you try this in Nigeria, they will send Buratai to you to kill you. So you, a Yoruba man, watching me right now, continue, because I'm coming to somewhere. Why you will know that Nigeria is not for you. It is only for those who claim to be your leaders. When they get embarrassed, they run to you to say, hey, they are cheating Yorubas. Oh, they want to cheat Yorubas. Oh, they have been cheating Yorubas, and your leaders have been benefiting from it. We have no identity in the project Nigeria. Oh, you see, all the old glory we are living on, even these bastards, these criminals you call leaders today, they have ruined all of them. We have no identity. In Scotland, Scottish people have identity, even though they are in the UK. And it starts with their money. By the time they get their independence, they will have their own passport too. And that will earn them the complete respect as a people. And you, as a Scottish person, wherever you go, you will be respected. This is our 20 pounds. Right? This is our 20 pounds. Now, look at this 20 pounds. It is also printed by Clyde's Bank. Clyde's Bank is not Scottish central bank. We don't have central bank in Scotland. Our bank print our money. If I give you this 20 pounds, you will receive the equivalent of what 20 pounds is in Nigeria. Nobody will say, it is Scottish pounds. It is British money that represents Scottish people in the project Britain. What represents Yoruba in project Nigeria? Let's start the conversation. Let me put Caleb's money away. For 20 years, those who are parading themselves today as leaders of Yoruba, be it PDP, APC, royal fathers, royal chiefs, all these kind of people. Are you with me now? For 20 years, they didn't even have any ball to demand that Nigerian Constitution should be changed and should be written the way it should be properly. For 20 years, they give you excuses upon excuses upon excuses. You justify their excuses upon excuses upon excuses for them, and they benefit immensely from it. Now, when you are now pushed into poverty, when you see people, when we now see our own children begging on the street, what does that tell you? A failed leadership. No matter how much you try to color it, no matter how much you want to be politically correct, Let me be honest with you. Failed leadership is the issue. And who are those in that position of leadership? Yoruba leaders. Can Yoruba say we are better than Eastern region? Can you say you are better than the Igbos? Can Yoruba say you are better than the Hausas and the Fulanis? Yes, you will be telling yourself that. What makes you better? They are even better than you, especially the Hausa Fulanis. They generated electricity in Yoruba land. They transmit that electricity to Sokoto. The people, the village, around the power plant, around the place they generated the electricity, the people living there, they are living in darkness in Yoruba land. The electricity generated from their land is now put on cable, thousands of kilometers away into some villages where nobody probably lives. For 20 years, there was an opportunity for us as a people, for your leaders, for your political criminal leaders from Tifnumbu and the rest of you. Opportunity presented itself for Yoruba to fill in the gap of fuel subsidy in Nigeria, open refineries in Yoruba land, control the oil economy, because these northern criminals, they have succeeded in sharing the oil rig, even though they don't know anything about oil. But they are all billionaires. Yoruba criminals that you call leaders, they didn't see the gap to use the opportunity that now, for this moment, that we don't have military, let us use Yoruba resources for Yoruba land. Let us build refineries that Nigeria cannot build for the past 40 years. What has your leaders done? They were building estates. They were claiming lands that they were going to use for their own private farms or for their private schools, private universities. You dumbo fuckhead. You are clapping for them. That's what you're doing. And look at Yoruba land. Who are we now? Let me open this my door. I'm feeling the heat. Who are we now? We are now a beggar in that project Nigeria. What do I mean? Even your Papa Wolf, Muritala Muhammad Airport, and so many other entries in Yoruba land are being controlled by the gendarmes, by these criminals from the northern part of Nigeria who have no business to be in those places if your leaders are genuinely there because of Yoruba land. You say whoever wants to change Nigeria will need to die. The leaders you are praising, those criminals you are defending, they have benefited from Nigeria. They claim to love Nigeria. Why can't you ask them to die so that you can live a better life too? Their children are abroad. You are there in Nigeria, in the go slow, they call it, in the go slow, crawling there, sweating. At the end of the day, you will get nothing. The little you manage to get, you buy it, you load your phone, come on social media to defend the people who put you there. Now let's continue. They rip you off. You know about it. You talk about it. Maybe you even feel bad about it. But you want people from outside to come and solve that while your stupid, foolish Yoruba leaders are currently enjoying what they are benefiting from Nigeria. So let us look at those genuine Yoruba leaders. We have genuine ones. They were fighting since they were like our age. Today, they are old. They are still fighting, but the older they are getting, the fainter their voices are becoming. While these miscreants, this Indomie generation, these guys who want to drive Bentley without leaving a harm, these guys who want to be walking on the street, and then arm robber will drop a 40 million so that they can become rich. This useless, jobless, unemployable idiot who are the politicians, sellers on Facebook. Their voices are becoming louder. Why the voices of the older ones, who are good ones, are becoming fainter and fainter and fainter every day. But we will never let their voices faint. You bunch of miscreants. Tinubu didn't just steal your life, right? He stole your existence. To them, you don't exist. You only exist as a statistic. You guys are just statistics to them. for 20 years. 20 years. For 20 years, he's built himself a lot. Many of them. Benga Daniel built himself so many hotels. So, Ibikunle Amosun was also enjoying his own free ride. Many of them like that. Aregbe Mugbo became a senator. Became a minister. The minister in charge of internal affairs. Aregbe Mugbo, a thief, is now in charge of the police affairs in Nigeria. Plus or minus. How do you correlate that? Constituted authority, Ajirebi of for your state before, is walking about as well. There are many. They tell you they are leaders. Leaders of who? Leaders of fools. So they are not my own leader. So you can abuse me, you can attack me. One thing you will not do is you will not last on Maiyegun's diary. It's either you get that attack and die and waste away, because to your leaders, even to your leaders, you are just a number. You don't exist. To them, you don't get. You see, how can something that doesn't exist have problem? Is it not something that exists that has problem? Then you can then say, oh, it's because it exists. You are just statistics to them. When they kill you in the north, right? I'm going to the north now. Let's leave the Abobaku of Lagos for now. We'll come back to them later. Same thing with all of you in the north. You defend them. You jump up and down. Well, you want to destroy Nigeria. Meanwhile, Boko Haram killing all of you. Bandits kidnapping your women, raping your women, children, girls, taking them away right before your eyes. You are so coward. You are so lazy. You are so God. But you are so strong on Facebook to defend the people who are supposed to protect those children, those women. Many of your people are currently in captivity. They have slit the throat of many of you on camera. We've seen all of them all over the world. You are not mad, but let me hold it. You damn Boroba will jump on social media to defend the criminals who fail to protect you. Are you not mad? Let me go back home. Right before your eyes, the politicians in Yoruba land are richer than the Yoruba land they are leading. Right? So, what is your benefit as a Yoruba person? They say, Maiyegun, you can deliver your message. You can address your message without being insulting. You demand. Like, let's both sort of review it. Don't you think you are mad? I offend people for a living. Have you not been told? Or are you just pretending? Or you just want to bring this your political correctness in to make me be nice to criminals? Do you know that what I do on Maiyegun's diary, ordinarily, people shouldn't be offended. Do you know that? You shouldn't be offended at all, what I do on Maiyegun's diary. But when you see these rogues, these boys, getting angry, and all of that, then you look at yourself, you're like, what's going on? Why are you angry? I'm talking about lifeless Buhari, terrorist Buhari. Why are you angry? Then I realized that may we never, ever be mentally enslaved in our lives. It is not a good feeling. And I know that. You shouldn't be getting angry. So, that I call people mad, I call people stupid, you foolish, you this and that, you the day angry. So waiting at they talk, they anger you. The way they talk, they anger you. Waiting at they talk, no bother you. You are a madman. You are a mad woman. When I see you, I'll get rid of you. Clinic, they said, but you cannot stay on Facebook and be doing it. You that is not staying on Facebook. You are walking on the street of Lagos now. What have you done? I am not in Lagos. I don't have an electricity problem. I don't have insecurity problem. I've got a very good job, by the way. Very good job. Trust me. So I'm not bothered. I'm not affected. When they steal from you and loot from you, I am not affected. You are asking me, you are walking on the street of Lagos now, or maybe in Ibadan, or Makodi, or maybe in Kano. Where are you watching from right now? What are you doing to change the situation you are in? No, you are doing nothing because you are just God. You are not bothered. But you are so bothered that you have to put money on your phone, or like they do in Nigeria. They say they subscribe. They say my subscription is running out. I don't, it's crazy, isn't it? My data, my data is running out. Nobody has any data to watch you because your leader made it so. That should even give you a sense. Yorubas have become beggars in the project Nigeria. Those who claim to represent Yorubas in Nigeria, they have become beggars, cap in hand to Abuja, to whoever is sitting there to give them money. Please give us money. My state says, oh, thank you, Mr. President, for giving us 10 billion naira to fight coronavirus. Mad people everywhere, crazy people everywhere. They say, hey, thank you, Buhari. Mad people everywhere. Yoruba land can build the best of the best medical facility you can ever come across in the world. Don't just take my word for it. Read about it. We have done it before. Even when the whole world was very much like, not like this. In darkness, Yorubas, we built the first television station in Africa, the entire Africa. France, our former colonial masters, they came after that. Go and read about it. That's how the vision works, okay? But you see all these criminals that are there, they have none. And you cannot make it up for them. You can't. We can build the best medical facility without having to wait for one terrorist to give you 10 billion. Now, everybody is now begging for money. They go to Abuja every month to go and beg for money. They call it federal allocation. Fucking beggars. Fucking empty skulls. And when they manage to generate small tax from their land, from Yoruba land, they share the money among themselves to buy themselves properties, latest cars. You know what I mean? They live large in the midst of poverty. And they lived 8 years. One person will come, he will spend 8 years. He will leave the people poorer. The people who adjust to that life again, they say, no, we just adjust. Mad people everywhere. And you go about, we need to defend our leaders. Yoruba. Some of them actually called me enemy of Yoruba land for telling them that those criminals you call leaders, starting from Tifnumbu, Jagawere, Jaga Bandit, the drug addict of Lagos, starting from him, they are your real enemies. But you still believe that probably they love you. That is what is called Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is when the oppressed begin to infatuate or begin to love his oppressor. After a long period of oppression, they have bastardized your brains. They have bullied you into this. God damn it. If they love the place, why did they become beggars? Why are they jumping to Abuja all the time? Why? Yorubas made wealth in Yoruba land. Not because we had so many. We made wealth from the soil, from that prosperous soil of Yoruba land. You know what happened? We rose from that dust. We built the tallest building in Africa. First tallest building in Africa, Cocoa House in Ibadan. When the rest of the world were still working on it. That's who we were. But look at these bastards who took over. Look at them. They turned all of us to beggars. All right, sir. They say, you need connection. Today, you need connection. Because that is what they used to mold Nigeria. Now, in Nigeria, you need connection for you to succeed. So, same thing applicable to Yorubas. You need connection so as to succeed. Who does that? What kind of human? What kind of a society grows with that? How does that work? How does that work? They spread fear. In Yoruba land, we were supposed to be Omoaki, tí o gbọ́dọ̀ ṣojo, Omoaki, Omoluwabi. Do you know what Omoluwabi means? All these Sakoshiberos, all these Sakotileta Arungun, All these overnight billionaires, multimillionaires without addressing Yoruba land, all these Omoales, they are forcing it on us to accept them. We will not. In Yoruba land, look, you see, whatever they rub on us right now, whatever anyone rubs on us, is brought upon us by those criminals, those crooks. Yorubas are betrayers. Look at your leaders. Yorubas are this and that. Look at your leaders. Stop getting angry for unnecessarily. And stop being stupid too. Look at your leaders. And show them where they are wrong. Maybe when you begin to see it that way, and you begin to withdraw your emotional attachments, maybe we will begin to see clearly that until we do away with them, we will continue this conversation. I remember the Afeni fairies that they now call the Afeni fairies. The Afeni fairies. Some of you today, just like you have seen with this guy, Adeyinka Grandiot. So, it is more or less like those Afeni Febi too. Everyone is looking forward to it. Do you know that their main manifesto, the main manifesto of Afeni Fere, Nadeko, and the rest of them was to take Yorubas out of Nigeria? Do you know that? That is their manifesto. They didn't have Facebook. There was no Twitter. They didn't have all this technology to lie to millions, but they succeeded using the Nigerian media, newsprint, and radio. Afeni Fere, Afeni Febi. So that is the school of thought that Adeyinka Grandiot come from. The school of thought that you can always use every available opportunity to insatiate yourself into the warm embrace of those criminals who you know personally. They are not interested in anything Yoruba. But it is paying the bill. Let us claim that we are Yoruba leaders. Afeni Fere, Afeni Febi, they wanted to take Nigeria out of, they wanted to take Yoruba out of Nigeria. Go and read about them. They said it's either you restructure Nigeria back to a regional system or we will leave Nigeria. That was what Afeni Fere were. But go and check all the names of those who were in Afeni Fere in 1999, between 1999 and then 2020 today. Those who are dead, those who are alive, go and read their report. Many of them ended up either as governors or as a PA to governor, contractor to politicians. Once they joined government, they forgot about Oduduwa Republic. That's why I said I am not your Oduduwa Republic leader. Okay? Don't attach it to me. When we begin to see genuine people, when leadership, you know one thing about Yorubas, let me say that quickly before I continue. In Yoruba land, when you jump out to say, I'm a Yoruba, I want to be Yoruba leader, you will never be Yoruba leader. I'm not going to tell you much about that, but go and check it. So it is foolish for anybody to think you can come out and say, hey, we want to do a republic, I am going to be your leader. You can live in that illusional grandeur. That's yours. But Yorubas have a way of finding who will end up coming out. And the last one we found was Obafemi Awolowo, who also later compromised, because it is Nigeria. Nigeria will destroy you. If you don't destroy it, it will destroy you. The later compromised Awolowo himself. That is one history they love to hide from all of you. But Awolowo remain a great hero to what we have today. That is why we continue to respect him. Nigeria will mess you up, right? If you don't mess it up right now and get the hell out of there. So today, many of those who are shouting, Oduduwa Republic, Oduduwa Republic, when Abacha was holding Abiola, many of them ended up in Abuja, Aso Rock, to go and collect money from Abacha. Who no, they were Yorubas. It's a story for another day. So we will see genuine people. There are genuine people. I have this appointment with one lovely brother, which I'm going to give a benefit of doubt. He wants to talk to me. Most importantly, about Oduduwa Republic because they are already working on the ground on so many things. And I believe there are so many teams, so many groups who are looking for people of like mind, genuine people to champion, to work with in order to promote Oduduwa Republic, agenda. Listen, guys, I am not Oduduwa Republic leader. I am not the Oduduwa Republic champion and the rest of that. But if I see any genuine one that I can say, these guys are genuine, I can see through them, right? Trust me, I will give them my 100% backing with everything at my disposal, including every platform I have access to. I will do that. But don't make me what I am not. I am just Maiyegun, that guy. Maiyegun, that guy. I wanted to say thank you to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu last night, but it was an impromptu broadcast. So at some point I wanted to speak about it, but I was like that. But before I speak on Nnamdi Kanu, and then to send my own acknowledgement and appreciation to what he said on his broadcast, by acknowledging the effort of Maiyegun's diary in educating and enlightening, raising the subconscious and subconsciousness of people, through this medium. I'll come back to that. Do you know that today, with what I know, it is only the Igbos who have shown that they don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria. I know they are political leader. Leave them. We'll come back to that later. But do you know they are the only one who have shown? It doesn't matter how they showed it. They are abusing people. They are doing that and the rest of it. Leave that. They have shown it. They don't want to be part of it. Yorubas, Hausas, the Fulanis, the people who are now saying that they are better called Niger Deltans. So let's call them Niger Deltans. Let's call them South-South. There are people who want to remain in Nigeria, right? So there are things you should know. That if you want to tell people that your noise is too much, just make sure that they are not actually making noise that eventually will affect you too. Because what they are running away from is what you are embracing. The death they are running away from, screaming every now and then, is what you are running to embrace. And it has consequences. So you need to give it to them. If you are angry with Igbos, the way they do their things on social media, well, it is your own, what do you call it? It's your own right. But you should please try to know why you are angry first. They said Yorubas are betrayers. Look at your leaders. Are you not defending betrayers? Are you not trying to protect liars? Are you not trying to protect those who are forcing you to be part of Nigeria? Are you not a Yoruba man? Are you not a Yoruba woman? So every time you stand up for Tinubu, you know what you are doing? You are when Igbo says Yorubas are betrayers, Yorubas are this and that, and you stand up to say rubbish too. What you are doing is you are saying, as a Yoruba man, you love your own criminals. You love Tinubu. You love all your slave masters. That is why you are so angry that they say your leaders are thieves, Yorubas are betrayers, and the rest of that. Have you looked at your leaders? That didn't give you guys the license to call Yoruba betrayers. Be specific and always clear it. We know our criminals, same way you have your own criminals in your own region. The same way our own criminals are benefiting from the Project Nigeria is the same way your own criminals, your own governors, your own senators, all those people too, the same way they are benefiting from Project Nigeria. So when you look at it very well, you will realize that we have a lot in common. You get your own thieves. We don't give a fuck about anybody. If police won't kill you, then kill you. If SARS won't put you, it no matter. If you die, you die. Same thing they are doing to you in the East. It's the same thing they are doing to us in the West. Same thing with the people in the North. But people just choose to defend their own different slave masters for different reasons. Always be specific. And I have to say thank you to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Lately, he's been very, very specific. Now that he knows that, well, there are some people who don't agree with the madness going on in Nigeria or in Yoruba land. Nnamdi Kanu has been more specific now to direct his message directly to Nigeria media, to the Yoruba media, directly to the Yoruba leaders, and I will support him for that. And you, who will defend those criminals, you will not like me for it. And me, Maiyegun General, will not give a fuck about you. So mix everything together. You want to defend criminals because they are Yorubas, because you feel offended. How can one Igbo boy be saying our leaders are thieves, our leaders are the problem? Who are you? What's your direct benefit? Lately, I've been seeing some Ngozi Aris, Nneka Aris, and some Buhari Shukus coming after me too, repeating the same line that the Buhari Deans and the Buhari Dideris, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the obedient fools, the humbled slaves, and the sophisticated morons, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, and the Mumu lecturers, the same line that they love to use. Sorry, I've not picked up. The same line. We cannot sell our leaders. Who are your leaders? Are you mad? Who is your leader? Tinubu? Bisi Akonde? Who else? Segun Oshoba? Ibikunle Amosun? Sanwo-Olu? Who else? They are your leaders. Retard brain. You are. And that is why every time you drive on the road, they build. Every time you go to the hospital, they build. And you feel ashamed and bad. Why are you so much engrossed in defending that when they come for you or when they come for them? And you've turned it to battle, war on social media. I know I can't settle that battle, but I know I can make a lot of difference on it. You should be currently withdrawing that your emotional attachment from those criminals. You can live a better life. I said I will tell you the type of Oduduwa Republic I will be part of before I go this morning. The type of Oduduwa Republic campaign I will be part of should be as transparent as this. Okay? Don't come in and tell me that you need the old politicians too. You don't need them. You believe you needed them simply because you have been programmed to believe that you needed them. Or maybe you think having them, they will give you money for your campaign. You don't need their money. When I thought about a diaspora radio, the first thing that came to my mind was, if the people want it, then they should be ready to pay for it. I want it, you want it, he wants it, and I want it. I won't wait until a politician think, oh, Maiyegun, and I actually want to help you. You are doing so well, and I think I should just take this 20,000 pounds. Do you think I don't have that privilege of getting money from them? But they just never, ever had that opportunity of coming close. I am so far away that I appear so close, but I am so far away from them. So, I wasn't thinking that. I believe so much in the number of people who always tell me that you are doing well, Maiyegun, hi, you are doing well. I know the numbers, and numbers don't lie. If these guys want this, then we should do it. You will pay for it. If they can't pay for it, then I will have to go and save for it. And I'm not likely going to save for it because I did that in 2019, where we spent millions of naira to help people to change the criminals that are representing them. What did they do? They collected money from the criminals and voted for the criminals. And they call our bullshit, only for them to begin to call us later to come and help them pay school fees, hospital bills, house rent, because they can't pay. They have no money. They've collected 200 naira, 500 naira from politicians. I invested that money and I will not do it again in that manner. And that's why I said, if I am going to be part of any Oduduwa Republic campaign, I am doing my own. You see the way I'm doing my own. I have my own way of infecting people. People say when you watch Maiyegun, you get addicted to him. You get addicted to the way he talks. You get addicted to the way he presents or he analyzes stuff. then you begin to flow with him, because it's so easier for you to key into his messages, isn't it? So, and we have done it. We have done one thing. Let me quickly say that too. We have done one thing that gave us the complete freedom. So it's addictive. So we are doing it here, right? And we will take it to the what? To the next one, which is our own real platform. Why am I saying this? Politicians who kept us down, those who decided in their own in their own voluntary, or let me say their own independent mind, deliberately kept us down. You have no right to defend them. Now, I'll take it on. An Oduduwa Republic where those who are genuinely, when I say genuinely, I mean with no attachment. Once we find ourselves, once we feel like, yeah, we are making up the number, and we will make up the number so rapidly that you will be shocked at what is coming. I'm talking about those who are ready to detach themselves from all the current political leaders right there, or criminals in Yoruba land, except for those, because there are some of them too who are interested. They know that Yoruba land will be better off without Nigeria. And once we begin to find them, once they begin to voice out, once the rank begin to swell, the first fight is to get rid of all the political miscreants in Yoruba land. I live in Scotland, like I said. My government here is different from the government that is ruling the entire UK. Is that not funny? You may be living in London. You may be living in Manchester, Birmingham, and the rest of them. Listen, we are living in the same UK, right? But there are so many things that you may not have an idea of. Many of you do. But because you've been there for so long, family, jobs, and the rest of that won't let you move. You will know that it is easier for Yoruba to prosper on our own. And until we get rid of the current canker worms, until we get rid of these lunatics in Agbada, until you begin to see to their faces that, don't say that to Agbalagba. Emma born, Nisa. Agbalagba. Once you begin to let them feel that, what you are doing is you are cutting off those who are currently doing it. Those who have did it, we will shame them to their graves. Once the message begins to go far, look at the Biafrans. If Nnamdi Kanu turn on his camera and he turn on the microphone, not just all of you who stumble on those broadcasts are listening. People are sitting down religiously across Biafra land, in Biafra. You may not understand how that works because you don't, and you will never. If Nnamdi Kanu wake up tomorrow and say, oh yeah, everybody pick up your arms. Anybody you see, any police, any Nigerian police you see anywhere, all the politicians in Igbo land, we want to get rid of them today. Listen, before their soldiers arrive, there are so many people that will run away who are currently claiming to be invincible and powerful in the eastern part of Nigeria. Do you know why? Because many of them now know better. That no matter how good Nigeria, no matter what good Nigeria offer them, it will never, ever, ever be equal to the worst they will face in Biafra land. Let me make it easier for you. An average Igbo man now, an average Biafran right now, believe that even if Nigeria give them president of Nigeria, even if Nigeria decide that they should rule Nigeria for the next 50 years, which may sound good, it will never, ever be worth the value of the worst thing in their own Biafra. That is a mindset. What is your own mindset? You want to join the army to fight for Nigeria, Abi? Or you want to join the army of thieves to become a senator and pretend that you want to go and make law? Abi, I want to go and make law for Nigeria so that, I can help my country. Let us help our country. You are mad. You are mad. Those before you, they spoke better English than you. They were speaking grammar back then. They were lying to the mumus of those eras too. Some of the mumus of those eras, they are now in their 70s, 80s now. They are old. They are weak. They cannot fight again. They are close to their grave. You too, eh? Let us go and let us work together and build our country. Which country are you building? Which of them? Eh? The fake one or the original one? Which one? Which one are you building? Well, that's your business anyway. It's nobody's business. I'm going to drop here. Later this afternoon, you don't have to watch that broadcast, okay? Later this afternoon, I'm going to have a guest who is going to come here to come and speak to us about real estate, openings in Igbogbo, Ikorodu, Lagos State. So for those who are interested in real estate and the rest of that, you can join the conversation. It is a sponsored broadcast. You don't have to watch it. I'm not going to speak about politics here. But later tonight, we will continue with the stories of the owners of Nigeria. That will be what we'll do later tonight. I don't need you to like me. Keep whatever like you have. I'm not looking for that. You know what I mean? But if you can make a difference right there in your life, you cannot be living in Nigeria and be on social media asking stupid questions that people should come home and do what to help you, or they should come home and come and remind you that, hey, Ode, do you know that Nigeria has no 24-hour electricity? Ode, weary. Do you know that you don't have security? Mumu, Okponode, yeah, come here. Do you know that I traveled down from UK to come and tell you here that you don't have good hospitals or good employment system in Nigeria? So you want someone to come in and tell you. You are pretending that you don't know. Don't worry. If you don't kill Nigeria, Nigeria will kill you. It's not by your choice. It will happen. Continue to pretend. I'll see you guys later this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of the day until we see again. Good morning. Alexa, turn it up to 7.
Money, food. Everybody, money, food. Since you know the tears are played, we're not tired to complain. I see the part where you've been good. Just that you got into do. 97% of 1%. I'll be for my president. Who Nigeria with sentiment? I take your office to revenge. Oil out, all that worry. We did beg you. Let Nigeria no go for your head. After the election, when them do, still they wait to see the change. For the promise when they beg, they gonna be like say they fake you. All the money when they food, Nigeria people want it food. But since you come, the bills are paid. We're not tired to complain. Going back and forth, and security no improve. Inflation no can hit the roof. You're not going to say the truth. I am my brother. This check carry on. Down to the summer. Pray God for Nigeria. I am my sister. Please come and Nigeria. Come to the summer. Pray God for Nigeria.